Yes, all right. Allow us proceed with this station also. So we are going to look at an example of how item 1 questions look like. They are saying that a farmer in Puro village in Butambala district planted coffee plants just after flowering. I want to just note that they said just after flowering. Then a severe hailstorm characterized by strong wind hit the whole village and including the garden. So the hailstorms caused the leaves to become torn, flowers to become crushed, and the stems and branches of the coffee plants to break. Despite the plants increasing their root activity and using their lateral side buds and meristematic tissues in stems to generate, the yields of the coffee greatly reduced. Now when look at this question, as our previous lesson of item 1, so when we read through here, we'll see that the hailstorm now came and attacked the coffee plants. But when it was attacking the coffee plant, it destroyed mainly the leaves, flowers, stems, and the branches when we read through that scenario. So now when we look at part A, they are saying state the plant processes in the coffee plants affected by the hailstorms. Now when they say state, mention, give, name. Such questions requires short answers. And when they say processes which are affected, for example, in leaves, which process is there? You can talk about photosynthesis, you can talk about gaseous exchange, you can talk about transpiration, you can talk about transport, and you can talk about also translocation. So when you come to flowers, what is affected there mainly is pollination. You have fertilization, and also you have what we are calling reproduction. So those are the processes according to what is given in the scenario. So here, for a student to pass this question, you need to read and understand the scenario properly. Then you have to go to an extent of also underlining some important words in the scenario. So here they said state the plant processes, but next time they can say state the plant organs that are being affected. I told you the organs in the previous scenario. In our previous lesson, we talked about these areas. The plant organs, we had the leaves, flowers, stems, and the roots. So that was part A. Let us look at part B. Now they said describe how the hailstorms affected the normal functioning of the coffee plants. Now when they said describe, so you have to describe the effect of this hailstorm on the plant structures, and also give a reason of how this affected the normal functioning of the plant. We talked about this in the previous element of construct. So when look here, okay, point 1 said hailstorms destroyed the leaves, reducing the surface area for trapping sunlight, which hindered photosynthesis. Thus less food was produced by the plants, hence reduced yields. So they are saying that in this process you will see that this hailstorm destroyed the leaves. So when these leaves are destroyed, obviously there will be reducing surface area for trapping sunlight, which hindered now photosynthesis. Then part 2, hailstorms destroyed the flowers, reducing the number of flowers, which reduced the pollination, fertilization, seed and fruit formation, hence low yields. Now they are saying hailstorms also broke the stems and branches. Now when these stems and branches are damaged, of course the xylem and the phloem vessels will also be damaged. This reduces the transport of water or mineral salts and manufactured food respectively, leading to poor growth and low yields. Then they are saying the hailstorms destroyed leaves, which reduced the number of stomata, resulting into reduced gaseous exchange and respiration. Hence, less energy was produced, leading to poor growth and low yields, or no transpiration pool, hence reduced water. Now, when we look at this question, they are describing the effect that the effect of now the hailstorm and the plant structures. Yeah, when the hailstorms destroy the leaves, automatically photosynthesis is not going to occur. Remember, when the hailstorm also destroyed the leaves, of course, the sites for carrying out gaseous exchange, the stomatas, were definitely being what? Destroyed. Therefore, the plant or these coffee plants will not be able to carry out gaseous exchange and respiration effectively. You get? So when they say describe how the hailstorm affect the normal functioning of the coffee plant, here you have to describe and also give the effect, that reason. You get? Then from there we shall proceed to part C. Now, as I told you, part C is all about how these plants how these plants managed, or how these plants can overcome the challenges they are facing. Automatically, when you look there, they are saying explain how the coffee plants managed for survival and give some reasons. For example, in the scenario they said, despite these organs being destroyed, there are some structures. Like, for example, the roots. They did not mention about root destruction in our scenario. Therefore, one way of how these coffee plants survived and actually yielded some yields, the reason is they increased the activity of the roots. Remember, these roots are the ones which are responsible for absorbing mineral salts from the soil. Now, this enabled them to produce some yield. Then they talked about also the lateral buds in our scenario. Now they saying using buds which undergo mitosis to form new leaves that carry out photosynthesis, enabling them to produce some yields. Now the lateral buds, they undergo mitosis. You all know what the process of mitosis is. Then from there, so when these lateral buds carry out this process, you will see that new structures of leaves will be formed. Hence, the process of photosynthesis will now begin occurring, and some yields will be produced. Then lastly, when we talk about meristematic tissues in the stems, they also undergo mitosis to form new or repair the damaged xylem and phloem in stems and branches to transport water and the mineral salts. Then also translocating of food, which will promote growth, hence producing some yields. These ones enabled this coffee plant, though it is being affected, but these processes enabled, these lateral buds, the roots and the meristematic tissues enabled this coffee plant to regenerate and be able to manufacture its own food again. Yeah, I therefore sign out. I wish you the best. Please don't forget to subscribe as we proceed. I sign out.